Light me up, don't you stop, 'cause tonight it's on the line. Show me how you get on down. Close my eyes, take me for a ride.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all well. I have been umming and ahhing whether to make a little vlog out of this or not, or yeah, I don't know, and whether I'm going to be able to get out all my words how I want them to. We shall see. So apologies, I feel like it could be quite a bit of a talkative one. Perhaps grab a cup of coffee now. It is absolutely miserable weather today. It is forecasted to rain all day. Thankfully the wind has dropped off. I came over early, put the horses out, and I thought when I come back in a couple of hours, I thought they could be potentially stood by the gate waiting to come in, but they're not. They're seeming like they're quite happy out there. So I've done the beds are all done. Look, Addie's got a nice new fresh bed. Looks super cozy, doesn't it? As Nala is obviously loving it. Wet, covered in straw Spaniel. And yesterday I headed down to Fred for a lesson with Addie, and my mum, bless her, I asked her just to film a few little bits for me just to watch back. And when I looked back last night, she's actually filmed pretty much the entire lesson. Admittedly, some of it goes down behind the gate and she's obviously watching over the top and not realising where the phone is. But bless her, she did actually capture. And it's just, not even if I can see it, but I'm just listening to what Fred was telling me the whole time. So I always find it so useful. And I thought I would share it with you guys, as well as, I guess, another little Addie update. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that she's just had a couple of weeks off. I've got to admit, I felt like I was, I don't know, a bit at rock bottom before that 2-week break. Feeling pretty useless, feeling pretty fed up, thinking why on earth have I bought a now rising 5-year-old and doing it all again from scratch. I don't think I'm capable, and blah, 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 blah. Loads of negative, horrible thoughts. My arm is going to ache by this, so let's pop you down a second. Hold on. I'm going to sit down because, like I say, I think I'm going to be chatting for quite a while. Probably not the best angle, probably seeing all my double chins. I'm like wrapped right up because of the horrible weather, but thankfully I have got a roof, so I'm sheltered. Yeah, I was, and I think January as well for me is always a really horrible, tricky month. I don't know whether other equestrians are the same. It feels like the longest month. It's dark. It rained constantly. I think we got the middle of January and we had actually had rain every single day since Christmas Eve. Like, oh. And I just was, December was such a busy month doing Vlogmas and Christmas being a normal Christmas this year. And I think then January hit and I was like, oh, yeah. And I was just feeling a little bit low in myself. Addie wasn't going as well as I wanted her to be. And yeah, I just felt pretty pants, I can't lie. I felt like I'd lost all creativity to do any content for you guys, filming. I didn't want to edit anything. And then had a bit of a complete and utter turnaround. So obviously I got Addie October, I think it was. And we went into the lovely honeymoon stage. We were going out for lessons. She was doing really well. She settled really well. And then things just started to like a little bit unravel. She was getting a bit unmannerly and nothing major, by the way. And I'm now sat here and thinking, yeah, we've done a complete U-turn and we're on the up again. So it was all completely fixable. It wasn't anything horrendous, but you know that she didn't want to load. But we conquered that, and I wanted to give her a break, a couple of weeks off, but she almost had to be at that point that she would be having a break to process the good things, not the bad things, like not loading and being unmannerly and stuff like that. So managed to actually get her in the trailer with the help of Fred. He came over and yeah, it took us a while, but we got her in, took her up to 3 Milestone and back, which is just a mile up the road, came back, unloaded her, loaded her again, left her in there then just eating some haylage while we had a cup of tea. Yeah, really positive. She had loaded, she'd gone in, so it was like brilliant. Then a couple of days later, I went down for a lesson to Fred, and I'm going to be completely honest, I didn't even get my saddle out the car because, like I say, she was a bit unmannerly on the ground. She was taking the mick out of my size. You know that I am quite short. I'm only about 5'4", maybe not even quite there. And she was just taking the mick, and I wasn't being a leader enough. I'm her herd, and I wasn't being in charge of her. Not in charge of her, but she didn't respect me. That's the way to say it. Yeah, didn't respect me. And I had been watching some videos online. Somebody actually commented, I think it's Steve Young Horsemanship on Facebook, and I watched some of his videos and about loading and everything, and oh my goodness, that was really interesting, and it was basically what Fred was telling me to do as well. I also had a lovely phone call with Cameron. He gave me some really good tips and advice, and also when I went up to Bobby Hayler's yard and I was riding Oscar for the first time, which was Sophie's ex-racehorse, and just different things that she was saying about that, and being a herd, when you're riding them, they need to learn that you're there in the hand, in the leg, and you're with them, you're holding their hand, and just little things like that from everyone, because I'll be honest, when you've got a youngster, the amount of people that think this is the right way to do it, you should be doing it this way or that way, no, I wouldn't have done that. And I think I did get a little bit overwhelmed, because I was like, I just don't know what to do, and I felt a bit like rabbit in headlights, and then of course that was just making the situation even worse. I feel like, I feel like I've completely and utterly digressed. So we went down there and we just basically did in-hand stuff and just taught her some manners, my size, like getting up in front of her and like my hand being here, just to make her realise that I am this big, not this big. Just little things like that. And came back, and then I obviously had a very busy couple of weeks. So because she had learnt some manners on the ground, she had loaded, she was then at the point, I thought, yes, this is now the time, give her a couple of weeks off. She actually lived out whilst I was away up in Yorkshire for the Back to Basics dressage. And I think it's, all of it has just done her the world of good, and me the world of good. It's given me time to hit that pause button, rewind, reset, and go again. And like I say, I learned a lot up at Bobby's yard as well, so I just feel like all that knowledge it gave me time to process, as well as Addie processing everything. And yeah, I really did feel utterly useless. I think I cried down with Fred when we were just doing the in-hand lesson. Like, I just felt so incapable. And I think with a youngster, because she was so good when she arrived, and she's still been brilliant, but she does the little things and you're like, oh, she's just a baby, let her get away with it. But no, those little things then escalate, and she's like, oh, I got away with that, what else can I get away with? And she just kept pushing those boundaries, and because I wasn't fixing it there and then and not resetting her to that boundary, that's how it ended up just sort of kind of unraveling. So yeah, the 2 weeks did both Addie and myself. Time to reset. We then moved into February. January blues were out of the way, and I feel so much better. I also found, and I'm trying to share this with you guys, because when I sometimes look on social media, and I mean, I'm very good at not worrying about what other people do, to be honest, and trying, each horse is different, we're all different individuals, horses are all different. But it can be very hard when you're scrolling through Instagram or YouTube videos and you see others with youngsters or other horses that were problems, and now they've suddenly just clicked and are over it, and you're like, well, how did you get over it? And like, I want to be like that. But just remember, what you see on social media is always genuinely the good stuff. Don't get me wrong, not everybody, and everyone shows that they have ups and downs and things like that, but I just want to really push that we all have ups and downs. I have many with Lola, I'm sure going to have a lot with Addie, but I feel in a better place now to sort of overcome it. Holy moly, I said this was going to be a long one. I think this has been like 10 minutes already. Oh, thanks, Nala, I think you've pushed. So yeah, I just wanted to share with you, but like I say, we have done a complete 180 U-turn, because she is completely different on the ground. I've been able to take her up into my grass arena and walk her over some walk poles, raised walked poles, and that's the first time she's been in my grass arena, but she's got the respect for me now. And it's like every time she comes out of her stable in the mornings, I used to get Sprite. It's very difficult when you've got two horses, but I used to get Sprite, then get Addie and let her just basically walk herself out. I've changed that now. It's now Addie comes out first and I slow her. I make her take one step and stop, one step, stop. And if I've got somebody here like Dad or Chris or Mum to help me bring them in, I always opt to ask them so that then I can continue, just like when I stop, she stops, just little things like that, just reinforcing that leadership, that respect, that she doesn't come into my space, and yeah, putting her back in those boundaries where I want her to stay. And it is massively improving. So this week has been her first week coming back. I haven't wanted to overdo it with her because it's only been 2 weeks, so it's not like she's going to have lost all her fitness or anything like that. But I wanted to almost start from scratch again. So on Monday I long lined her out, she was good as gold. And even like putting the long lines on and getting behind her, that used to be quite tricky. And like mounting her, she never used to stand still. She stands still now. So yeah, it's just all little things like that. And then this week I've just taken it, like I say, really, really steady, and then went down to Fred's yesterday for a lesson, and that is what my mum has filmed. And I just wanted to share a little bit here with you guys now. Obviously not going to put the whole lot in, but was really focusing on my position to enable her, like, remind her, release her, remind her, release her. I need to work on my lower leg. I needed to work on that last year, and I thought I had, but I think I've reverted back a little bit to what I was doing last year. I think my camera's steaming up. I have just tried to wipe it. I need to keep like a little lens cleaner thingy here with me. So yeah, went down there, and like I say, I really need to work on my lower legs. So I may have been researching this morning whilst lying in bed, listening to the rain outside after doing the ponies, of some strengthening things, of strengthening my hip flexors, my lower leg, and just try and get that a little bit more stable to help me feel, because I've got a lot of tension when I get on her at the moment. I think it's just slowly built up, but the tension is releasing, it's going, it's fine. And not locking my elbows, release my elbows, be nice and soft. And yeah, I just need to do some stretching and stretch everything. I've been working out quite a lot recently because I want to get fit again for the season ahead. Not that I think we'll be having like, you know, a major season like that at all, but just want to feel fitter and able, especially to ride a youngster. Yes, I do. And I'm actually really enjoying it as well. You're coming out running with me. You're my little running partner, aren't you? Yeah. And I'm just really enjoying it. I'm getting quite into it again, which is nice. And I think as well that has probably helped me feel an awful lot better than what I was in January when I first started, and it was really, really hard work, but it's slowly getting a little bit, tiny bit easier. So yeah, I will insert a little bit of our lesson yesterday, and you can see in there, there's glimpses of what it is going to look like in, yeah, I don't know however long. I don't know how long, but yeah. I'll insert a little bit of that now. I'm going to leave it quite raw, guys, so you can hear what Fred's saying to me. And I think it was quite windy, so I don't think I'll put any music. So, like I say, this is a very bit of real talk, raw vlog, which hopefully, in case any of you guys are in that moment with your horse or pony, it doesn't even have to be a youngster. It could be that you've got an issue. Not even an issue, but having a bit of a confidence wobble with something, to know you will get through it. You will. So I'll insert some of that now.
longer. Go on, down into your step. Down into your step. Good, more. Go on, more. Yeah, good. That's it, good. And again, unlock your elbow. Every time you're trying to get her on the cool tag, your elbow goes dead rigid. And that's only going to make her ground and then come against it again. You can't receive any soft. That's it. Make a correction, but into an elastic soft, elastic elbow. Feel her. Yeah. Let go when she's good. Yeah. Soft elbow. Support your hands. Don't lock them. Good. Elbows. Soften. Soften. Long legs. Long legs. Let go. Good. 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 Keep your elbow unlocked. Don't lock that elbow. Good. As soon as you made the correction, long legs. Longer. There. Let go of your elbow. Good. Let go again. Let go. Longer legs. Longer legs. Let go. Hands let go. Keep the leg. Good. Good. Circle. Good. Let go of your hands. Yes. Now you've got it. Cross diagonal. Long legs. Let go again. Good. Good. Longer legs. Longer legs. Longer legs. Heels down. 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 Good. Let go of your hands. Don't twist your body. It's the independence. You have to be good. Then you train the horse. You can't be good if you're locked up going straight arms, leg
I'm too
behind.
tense and scared. That's
Yeah,
why.
I know, but this is your go-to position.
Yeah, which is gonna kill me.
Yeah, exactly. This has to be, you're the good one. You have to be right down there in the lower leg so that you can balance, so that this can go this way.
Yeah.
Wait till you watch the video back. You won't believe the bits of that, where even in the canter, which is a bit loose, suddenly your elbow's running on this line
Yeah.
rather
Down,
than
yeah.
that line.
Yeah.
That's better. Feel that. Good girl.
Yeah.
Give it away. Now you just start thinking of turning the outside of the horse. Turn your body a little bit to the outside. That's it. Just give it away on the inside. Heels, heels, heels. Give it away. Give it away when she's like that. Just give it away. And then keep going. Keep going. Heels, 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 heels. Good. Heels. Give it away. Good. Well done. That's wrong. Good, keep on. Good. Right seat, give it away, heels, 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 give it away. That's a happy balance for you. Heels, unlock the elbow. That's it, nice gentle circle. Unlock your elbow. Unlock that elbow. Unlock both elbows. Elbows in. Unlock. Heels, give it away. One hand. Give it away, elbows in.
I'm going to move over and finish on my phone because this has got very steamed up and not even on the outer lens, on the inner lens. So I'm going to finish it on my phone. Hopefully sound probably isn't quite as good as the camera, but the picture and quality is looking much better than what it was looking. So apologies if the little bit that I had before is looking a bit mystified. It was a bit weird. Hope you enjoyed just watching a little bit of our lesson yesterday. The improvement in it from, wow, like I say, it was only a groundwork lesson the last time that I went down there. So I have come away feeling so much better. Obviously, there is still an awful lot of work to be done, but I feel we're back, reset and heading again into the right direction. And I just want to share with you guys, just like I say, in case you are going through anything like that at the moment, you will make it. Let's get out of the wind, Emily. That's probably not helping the mic at all. And I'm going to say I hope you appreciate, because I was a bit worried about, like I said, I'm in an R-ing whether to even vlog and to speak about it. But I hope it helps. I hope you appreciate it. Like, comment and subscribe. And I will see you all very, very soon. I think content creation as well has been a little bit low because I just don't really know what to vlog. There hasn't been an awful lot going on. And especially when you've got days of weather like this, it's not so nice. But yeah, thought I would just share that all with you. And that is smiling again, and I'm feeling so much better. Bring on summer. I am very excited. Get out schooling again on our own, and maybe again pop some jumps, because it's been a little while. And I think my aim with her as well is to keep her workload varied. So like going long lining, hacking to a school, going up in my grass arena just over some walk poles, a little bit of lunging, just keeping her workload varied and not overdoing it. I need to be really conscious of not overdoing it, because I could easily ride 7 days a week. Obviously I'm not going to, but I obviously plan. You probably see my little planner on Instagram. I'm actually going to go home now. Whilst it's still horrible weather, the beds are down. I'll come back and bring these in later, because they are not bothered by the rain. And write up my plan for the week, which is massively helping me as well, back into a bit of routine, normality, knowing what's going on. Addie and I are booked on to go to Fred's camp up at Pontypool in the middle of March. So that is kind of our goal and our aim for that, which I'm really excited about. And not even, obviously, the tuition and the lessons, but it will be Addie's first stay away with me. So it will be really nice to be in a camp environment, not in a competition environment, to see how she copes and gets on. But I'm very excited, and like I say, that's what our goals and aims are for a minute. I think it's really hard to set goals too far in advance for younger horses, because you just don't know. She might need another break in a few weeks' time. She might need another break at some point. So I'm not trying to pin down, I am definitely aiming to get to there or anything like that. I'm just, I don't know, 6 weeks at a time. I think that's quite realistic. So yeah, our 6 week goal at the moment, it's probably less than 6 weeks now, is to go to camp at Pontypool, which I am actually really, really excited and glad that I booked on. I was umming and ahhing about that as well. And that's the thing, when you are feeling a little bit low, I felt like I just, like I said, rabbit in headlights, but I just don't know what decision to make for the best. And then I make a decision, somebody might question it, and then I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't do that. And I need to have belief in myself that I do know a little bit. I do know a little bit. I do know what I'm doing a little bit, I think. Yeah, see, I'm still even doubting myself there, aren't I? But you know what I mean. I just need, pick a decision, decide the way that you're going to do it, and do it. Have belief in myself, in you, if you are in that situation as well. Okay, I think this is an awful lot of blabbing. I do just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who does comment and message about the lovely Addie, baby pony. They do make, especially if you've had like a bit of a bad day, and then I read your messages, and yeah, it puts a smile on my face and it means an awful lot. So I really appreciate all you guys for all your support and watching. And yeah, I feel like this has gone on for an awful long time, so I am gonna love you and leave you over and out until next time, and I'll see you guys all soon. Bye.